Hey everyone, today I am going to be doing a first impression slash review for you of the new Covergirl foundation, and I feel like everybody and their brother and their mother is talking about this foundation, so I had to check it out too because I am out of my Revlon Color Stay, which is kind of my go-to everyday foundation, drugstore foundation, and so I needed something else, so I figured why not try something different. So here it is. It is the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 Foundation plus something sunscreen broad spectrum SPF 20. And I guess the color is 810. And it's also, the color is Classic. Ivory, all day flawless coverage, lasting power of a primer, coverage of a concealer, and blendability of a foundation in one, and shine free. So that is promising a whole lot for one product. So that is saying to eliminate a primer, it's your foundation, and to eliminate a concealer. So that's 3 products. So it says 3-in-1, that's what it's claiming. I have it on now. I'm going to check in throughout the day. We'll see how it goes. So far so good, but if you want to see how I applied it and what my first impression is of this new foundation, then just keep watching. Okay, so I have my product right here, and it is in the color Classic. So it's in the color, it says 810 in the color Classic Ivory, and I'm going to be using my angled top kabuki brush from Sigma, and it's an F84 pump. I like that a lot because you don't normally see that in drugstore foundation, so that's a positive. So I'm going to, well, I say I'm going to pump it. Maybe I got to loosen it. Okay, alright, it was locked. So, you can see I haven't used it. Okay, so that's 1 pump. Okay, and 2 pumps was a whole lot more than 1 pump. So we're going to start with there. And I have on moisturizer, but that's completely it because it does say it has, it said it had a built-in primer. Yes, lasting power of a primer, so I guess it's kind of like a built-in primer. Coverage of a concealer, and blendability of a foundation in one, shine free. So we'll see. So got that. I'm going to blot that on there. And I'm going to be looking over here in my mirror. Okay, so it feels nice. Feels like just a normal foundation, wet, but not like overly wet. It's going on smoothly. And actually, it feels really nice. Okay, so that's 1 coat right there. Not bad. I mean, I wouldn't say full coverage. I'd say medium coverage, but it definitely is better than this side. So we'll see. And I'll see if it's buildable. Alright, so... Sorry! I'm definitely going to need some more. That side didn't get nearly as much. So doing another pump. And I like a lot of foundation. A lot of people I feel like don't use as much foundation as I do, but it's just to each their own. So if you think I'm using way too much, well then just don't use that much. My hairline. I really did good on picking the color. It seemed like it matched my hand pretty well, and it's seeming pretty exact to my color. So yay me, because that doesn't always happen. Alright, so that is 1 coat all over. So there we go. 1 coat. Feels really nice. Doesn't really feel like I have anything on my skin. It went on wet, but not like super runny, or, you know, I mean, it was runny, but it wasn't bad. And it definitely to me feels better than the Color Stay, and I love the Color Stay, but it feels better than that, and it feels better than like the full coverage of the Kat Von D, although the Kat Von D is still my favorite at the moment because I love the coverage. So this is 1 coat. I want more coverage, so I'm going back in with 2 coats. So I'm going to do some more pumps. That's the bad thing, like with the Kat Von D, I use less product because it covers more ground, whereas this, yeah, it's cheaper, but I'm using double the product. So, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know how cost effective it is, but we'll see how this looks. And my phone's ringing, so time out. I'm usually good about turning my phone off, but totally forgot it. Well, that went on pretty thick right there. That I did. And no primer. We'll see if I don't need concealer. It says you don't need concealer, but I'm not convinced about that just yet. But I have a lot to do today, and I'm going to be out and about, and so it'll be a real test to see how it is. And I will check back in with you throughout the day. I feel like that gives like the best review, because I can put it on and tell you what I feel about it, but it's really how the product holds up. So, and I'm using my kabuki brush instead of my beauty blender because I've been abusing my beauty blender. I feel like that's all I use. And this is going on really nicely with the brush. So I think that's pretty. Go ahead and smooth out any little lines. I like to just kind of blot it in a little bit just in case. Alright, so it has a nice coverage to it. I'd say it's medium to full coverage. I mean, it hid pretty much this sunspot over here. This one's still peeking through, which is a little bit darker. So, you tell me, what do you think? I think it looks pretty nice. So far, I'm impressed. So, I'm actually going to pass on the concealer. Let me see. I'm going to take a little with my finger anywhere that I would normally use concealer and go in and use it as a concealer. Just over my pores. Because, you know, I've got those face craters. Put that in over that sunspot. And that covered it pretty good. I guess this looks like a matte finish. I mean, the light's picking up a little bit, but I'd say overall it's pretty matte. And it is an oil controlling foundation, so that would make sense. So I think I'm actually going to skip on concealer. I might do some under eye concealer, but I don't really consider that like normal concealer. And I'm pleased. I think the color looks nice. And I'm going to finish my face and I'll be right back. Wait, this is the look. It is 11:15. I've had this on about 10-15 minutes as I've done my eyes and everything else. And so that is pretty much where we're at. I will check back in a little while and we'll see how it still looks. I'll see you in a little bit. Hey everyone, I am back and it is now 4:37. So it's been, you know, a little over 5 hours. I think I put my makeup on at 11. And since then I've been out to lunch, I've been outside, I've been around the house doing things, I cooked. So anyway, I've just kind of been in a lot of different environments, and I am very happy and pleased to say that I really like this foundation. To me, just looking in the mirror, it looks, I mean, let me see if I can get you a little, it looks pretty much exactly like it looked. It might even look a little bit better because I feel like when you first put your makeup on, it looks a little bit better after it has time to just kind of mold to your face, maybe like an hour in. And that's just me. That could sound completely dumb to some people, but to me that's what I feel. But I actually think it looks really good. It matches my skin pretty perfectly. The only negative thing that I can see is it's looking a little powdery around my nose, but that is very normal for me in any type of thing I put on my face. I get powdery right in those creases. I have not touched up at all, and I am not oily at all. I mean, everything looks nice. So let me see if I can come in a little closer and don't know if you can see around my nose because of the shadows, but it's just that little bit there that's powdery. But overall, I know the lighting's different, so it's probably going to look a little bit different than it did earlier. But I'm really impressed. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this. And this is, I'm not going to repurchase the Revlon Color Stay right now. Now it is, I love that foundation, but I am out of it. And so for now, this is going to kind of be my everyday. So far so good. Again, it's the classic Ivory Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous. So there we go. I'm not going to check in anymore today. It's lasted 5 hours and it hasn't budged at all. It hasn't moved at all. So I'm saying this is a great foundation. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you have any questions, just leave it below and I'll get back to you. And I think that's everything. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.